everyone. Welcome to the Style Center. I am your host, Brittany Michelle, and we are here with Miss Dee Reed.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so go on and tell the world what you do.
I am a makeup artist here locally in Memphis, Tennessee, obviously.
Okay.
I've been doing makeup for about 2 years as a freelance, going different places from Atlanta, Alabama, Birmingham, wherever.
Okay. Okay, so she travels. Okay. So what inspired you to get into makeup?
I guess once I graduated high school and went off to college, college brings out the different side of you.
Yes.
And you start off as this caterpillar, learning yourself and understanding who you are, and then that's when you see everybody else transition. So it's about time for you to transition.
Yeah, take them wings, girl. I understand. So did you always have the creative niche? Did you always like have a knack for creativity growing up?
I've always had a niche for creativity. I started off as a photographer at American Way Middle School and then transferred to Colonial for performing arts. And then it just grew from there as a love for painting, photography. And then once you have that key eye of art, then it's painting somebody's face.
So who's your favorite artist? Just as off subject, but what's your favorite artist?
Makeup artist?
Well, makeup artist and just, you know, Renaissance artist.
I can't think of her name, but she's a Mexican Mexican artist. She has like the unibrow. If you see her, you'll be like, man, she got a big unibrow. And so that's one of my favorite artists. Yeah, I did a study on her when I was in middle school, and so after that she became that particular artist. And then makeup artist, I don't really have too many. I just pay attention to everybody's craft, and YouTube has helped a lot of people on becoming better and into the craft that they already enjoy. If you enjoy just simple eyeliner, you might be the best wing eyeliner person around. And it's hard.
I know I like a good wing eyeliner, but I can never get my own.
I can't never get it. It's always one.
Yeah, it's like one up, one down. Okay, so what is your go-to brand? Do you have any go-to brands?
My go-to brand is NARS. I usually, with my clients, I usually have a drugstore brand and then an expensive brand.
I like that.
Because everyone is not into makeup. Right. So it's just
for
like
beginners.
For beginners, there are my favorite drugstore brand is Revlon.
Love it.
The best foundation out there is the Fit Me, and lip wise, the Wet n Wild collection is coming up. It used to be that little cheap little brand that you get as a little girl. Now it's becoming that grown adult brand that everyone is tending to love. My favorite expensive brand is NARS, and that can run you a pretty penny. A pretty penny.
Quality.
Yeah, you do. And people think that the brushes make your makeup look good. It's the type of quality of makeup that you buy, because people can see your flaws in makeup. Especially a makeup artist. You can say, oh, she was wrong. She was so wrong.
No, after the show.
But yeah, those are typically brands that I talk to my clients with, especially people who are going into a wedding, having a wedding. And you may not be into makeup, but you want to look your best always. And what I tend to do is I take you to the Ulta or the Sephora, and I show you which brand is a good brand or which brand you can have for this particular day, and then continuously use it. And so a lot of clients appreciate that, of somebody taking the time out to work out with them. Because if you go into Ulta, Sephora, especially Sephora, you're overwhelmed with all of these products. And you're like, where do I start? And then you see a price of $18.
Definitely not there. I know.
See a price of $18 for just a lipstick. And you become like, $18. What can I do with $18?
Right.
So I try to take clients to like Ulta and show them the generic, well, not generic, but drugstore brands that people tend to go to more, and you can use forever, how long you need it for. And then once you get comfortable into wearing makeup, then you could be able to go back and switch it up, whatever. So
okay, so let's talk about like the biggest thing every girl wants to know probably is contouring and highlighting. Everyone wants that Nefertiti, you know, Egyptian look. So do you have any tips for that? Because I really want to conquer that. I swear.
So many people aim to conquer that cold contour structure face.
The Kim K.
Yeah. The Instagram look, get the 200. Like,
you know.
I wouldn't say I struggle with that, but I just think that a lot of people, it's not a major thing. Yeah. Because when you wear it, it's what's the word? I can't find the word. It's just like an add-on. It's an extra. Yeah. You don't really need it. Yeah. But it does help out. But a highlight, a highlight can last you for days. Yes. Honey. And then perfect sun. Ooh. And that's the one thing that I want everybody to understand. A highlight sets the tone for any summertime look. Love it. And I love a good highlight. It's hard to find one, especially on African American skins, because there's not a lot of lines dedicated inside of the stores that are for African American skin. So to find that particular highlight that's good on our skin, that makes it look like that natural glow or whatever, so you can use that hashtag on it. Right. Sun kids, right. And that's the most best. Well, not the most best. That's the best thing for us to have, is that natural highlighted look. And to find that particular highlight that is good on our skin is magnificent. Yeah, it is. Okay, so do you have any tips for the girls? I know a lot of girls are talking about wetting their sponges and the beauty blender and things like that. What type of brushes would you recommend? The type of brushes I recommend is from Sephora. And a good brush, how to tell what's a good brush is if you can take it and it feels like a cotton ball. It has that cotton ball feel.
Cotton ball feel.
The cotton ball feel on a brush makes it feel like butter. That's the smoothness. Butter. You gotta, it's deep in the inside. So, I say brands like Morphine, Urban Decay have really good brushes, as well as you just have to pick and choose. Buy one brush, see if you like it, and not always go off if you're looking at YouTube. Not always going off what they're telling you, because I have bought an expensive makeup product. Wow. And it was the worst product on my face ever.
Based off a YouTube video?
Based off a YouTube video.
See, can't trust everybody.
Can't trust everybody. But the thing was, it was on not our skin. It was on another type of skin. I get it. Yeah. So it made me mad because I wasted a certain amount of money on this product. And the brush with it didn't help. So it's just, everything with makeup is a trial and error. Yeah. So sometimes it may work good on you, sometimes it may not. But once you get a product, stick with that product, keep going with that product. If they have something new, let someone know that product is about the best product.
We're about to take a break, everyone. We'll be right back with the Style Center.
I would have posted sad news, good news, world news, local news, your mama news, everybody news, child. I think people feel just because I have a lot to say and I'm always saying something and I'm very vocal and I'm a blogger, that I automatically have to be messy and I don't have a moral compass. And that's not the case. Okay, so when I say delightfully ratchet, it sounds like being sophisticated ratchet, but it's still a little bit more ratchet, but you still educated. The delightfully ratchet part of me, that's okay, but it started to become a problem when people only knew me for being shady. And I'm talking about celebrity news. I don't care if your baby daddy sleeping with your sister. You know, in my head, I'm whipping bricks. I'm somebody trap girl, dope girl. I'm the kingpin in my head. But let me tell you something. I'm not about to take a charge for nobody. I may not be as vocal on social media about certain things as I used to be, but my brand is evolving. I'm working with bigger people. I'm doing bigger things. I just hope that this new site will allow people to see me, the softer side of me, the funnier side of me, and, you know, to just really understand I'm not that messy bitch.
Hi, I'm Devin Dion with the Style Center. I'm sitting here lonely with this empty chair, but you could be there. If you're promoting a local business, anything fashion-wise, you have a new clothing line coming out, you're a stylist, you need clients, come here so I can help you promote and get it out there to the world. Check out l3television.com for more details.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Style Center. We're about to put Miss Dee Reed in her element. So tell us about what you're about to do today.
So what I'm going to do today is a simple summertime look. It's becoming summertime. A lot of people don't like to wear heavy makeup. So concealer is our friend during the summertime.
Yeah.
And it helps us from not bleeding our makeup. So I'm going to do a simple summertime look, nothing too extravagant, just something simple, nice, to still see the true complexion of her face.
Okay.
So yeah,
Soft beat.
Soft beat. So I've already primed her face, and the product that I've used already is the NYX Shine Killer, and it's one of my favorite drugstore brands that I use. It probably runs about like $6 on at Ulta and any other place. You could really find it at the beauty supply store. So again, I've already used the primer on her face. So to start off, I'm going to go ahead and...
Now the primer is necessary, right?
A primer is necessary depending on if you have oily skin. I have oily skin, and I'm not exactly certain if you have oily skin, but oily skin... It's just like a no. I don't like it, especially when you have it on the cheeks, the forehead, the chin. Those are the two hot spots of where people have oily skin at. So you hit those spots with this. It's very light. It feels like it feels like baby oil, but it doesn't have that baby oil effect.
Okay.
It's just a dry matte feel on your face. Doesn't it feel like a dry matte feel?
It looks great. Okay.
So I'm going to start off with a shadow on her eyebrows. She already has natural eyebrows that are already arched, but you don't want to do too much. You want to just tint the ends to have that little, at least a little pop look on the eyebrows to make it flow out. So my best bet on using is a pencil. Nothing of a dip brow. I'll show you what a dip brow is. This is a dip brow by Anastasia, and a lot of people tend to use a dip brow.
Can I see that?
Sure.
Thank you.
It's really small.
Okay. So
but it packs a lot of power.
Okay, it goes a long way.
It does go a long way.
Love it.
And it usually runs about, I want to say about like $17, $18. It's but it lasts us a long time. My first one was stayed with me for about a year.
Yeah.
But I typically use a pencil. Some people's eyebrows are thick.
Yeah.
Mine are particularly thick. So I sometimes use a dip brow or I use a pencil depending on the type of day.
Okay.
So I'm just going to shadow her ends.
Okay.
Nothing too much. And just go along with the natural flow of her eyebrows.
Now, is it important to all go in the same direction? Yeah.
It is important. And even if I'm typically the type of person that does like a sloppy eyebrow but then fixes it with concealer.
Yeah.
And that's the best thing to do, is just to fix it with the concealer to make it back sharp.
Yeah.
To have that sharp effect
Yeah.
on the eyebrow. Not too much. And some people tend to go light. I go a little light to make the eyebrows pop out. So I don't want to go too light, but I am going to make sure it blends correctly. We have to make sure the blending is a must. So not too light. And then, because also I'm going to put something on her eyeshadow. With concealer, I'm gonna say this. With concealer, this concealer is Pro Conceal. It's one of the top brands that a lot of people tend to use.
Yeah.
And with the Pro Conceal, I like it because you can also use it as a base for your eyeshadow.
Yeah.
So that's what I tend to use it too as well for. So take it and go under her eyebrow. And make sure you bring it all the way to the front of the brow.
Okay. Now, I noticed that you use a brown on her brows. Is that important? What color you use?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you don't want it to be too dark.
Yeah.
And everybody's eyebrow is different. So you should have multiple eyebrow pencils or dip brow. And most people know, but for your own self, you know what you can use and what's best on yourself.
Right. Okay. And there was a tip for makeup artists out there to keep
multiple.
Okay. Okay, while Dee keeps working, we're about to take a break. We'll be right back.
This is Asha with the Style Center. Be sure to tune in every Wednesday at 10 p.m. on Comcast Channel
Style
31.
Center, as you can see, Miss Dee is still working over here. So can you tell us what we're doing now?
So right about now, to have a little blend, it's always good to blend on the eye. I'm going to use this CoverGirl palette, simple palette. Again, I'm all for the drugstore brands.
Yeah.
Use this simple palette to have that shadowy effect, to have the eyebrow have that
It's
pop.
beautiful. It's already blending.
Yeah, and you want to make sure you get as close as you can to the arch of the eyebrow, so it can still have that pop and also see the sharpness of how your eyebrows are.
Okay.
So we want to use a blending brush to make sure everything and all the access is blending well.
Okay. And what about Sally's Beauty? Do they have some of this stuff, right? A lot of brushes and stuff?
Sally's, they do have products. And I feel like everything in there is kind of more of like a test and trial.
For beginners? Okay.
So if you tend to go in Sally's and you like the certain things inside of Sally's, then go for it. Everybody's is different. So there might be something in Sally's that you might like. Yeah. And you might want to continuously buy it. It's kind of all up to you.
Right. Love it. Trial and error.
So yeah. So now we're going to go a little bit more darker on the eyes. Well, a little lighter. But we're going to make it pop out and have that blend effect. And keep it that summertime look.
So what's your favorite technique when you're using your brushes, or because you have a really like, it's beautiful.
I don't really have one. It's just I try to make sure I'm as delicate as possible because I know I can be like I know I can be a little rough. Yeah. So I try to be as soft and gentle as I can with any of my clients. Yeah. To make them feel beautiful, to have that natural effect or whatever. I guess my only pet peeve when doing makeup is making sure you still look the same. Yeah. That's my biggest thing is making sure that you still look the same and that you are who you are. Yeah. You don't want to look like a a totally different person.
Yeah, yeah.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and conceal her face. And so we can have that light summertime effect. And she's two-tone. So I am going to blend another concealer with her.
And it's the same brand?
Same brand of the Pro Conceal.
Okay.
On the face. And I'm going to use a stipple brush on the face to blend out everything.
Oh.
Chin up and on down. And get under the eyes.
Yeah. It's already looking beautiful.
Thank you.
So do you do weddings and events and things like that?
Yes, I do. I take the time to do a wedding or whatever event that anyone asks me to do. Lately, I've been working with Lamorno in college and working with the Miss Black and Gold pageant for Alpha Phi Alpha.
Awesome.
So,
okay. So is it important to go in one direction when you're blending? Or? Okay.
It's you have to just kind of find your own technique, and that's what I typically do. Find my own technique on how the person's skin is and how it should look. You don't want to do it in circles.
Yeah. Okay.
And make sure the eyebrow where we put the concealer is concealed in and blended in at the top. And get into the creases of the eye. And especially on the corners of the nose to get in those particular areas, which is one of the oil spots that we typically have.
Yeah. So how often do you clean your brushes?
I clean my brushes about every week because even I might just have one customer. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Hygiene is the most important thing when it comes to your face. True. Because your face can break out and everyone's skin is different. Yeah. And you just have to know your skin as well and pay attention to certain signs, especially when using different products or trying new products. Okay. So that's about once a week. It's about the most, even on my own personal brushes.
With it soap and water, or do you let them soak in
soap and water, or you can also use there are things at Sephora that you can possibly use to clean your brushes. Yeah, plenty of tools for you to brush it. I usually take a finger scrub and I use the brush and I just scrub the brush on the scrub, and it has like different ridges. Or you can make your own. Yeah. So that's what some people typically use. So now I'm going to use this Kat Von D tattoo liner.
Love Kat.
Yes, I love the different.
And her eyeliner always on point.
Always. Yeah. So I'm just going to take a quick line on the eyelash.
Did it take you a long time to get it that straight?
Yeah, it took me a long time. And you always want to make sure that you're doing it the same way. So let's see. Everybody's eye is different. Yeah. And again, I probably have had this liner for forever.
Wow.
Because I'm always using a different product. So my products pretty much last a pretty long time.
Well, you pay for quality.
Yes.
Yes, I agree with that. Oh.
So as we was talking about the liner, let me fix that liner a little bit more.
Now, you shouldn't bring it all to the center, or?
Some people do. Some people, I'll start with the eyelashes.
Okay. Love it.
And then how we was talking about earlier, of doing a little highlight.
Okay, now where'd you get your highlight?
Well, this is really a Revlon bronzer. And I've tend to use it as a highlight on it. And so with the highlight, I don't put as much because it will make you look a little bronzy. So I tend to just add it a little as light as possible.
Okay.
So add a little bit on the sides. And then right here.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And then what about on the nose? And on top of the lip.
And where can we get that?
Ulta, actually. It's a
Ulta.
Revlon, so you can find it really anywhere. This is the Revolution Vivid Baked Bronzer.
Okay. It is beautiful on her skin.
You don't want it too much, but as soon as she gets in the light, then it'll be able to pop. And that's really much it.
Okay, so we have our finished look. Voila. Okay, so let's turn to the camera and tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at The Return of Dee, and as well as Facebook as Dee Reed. And if you want to check out my YouTube channel, it is as well Divine Visions, the review chick.
All right, and we'll be back next week with another episode of the Style Center. Stay stylish.